Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to part 4 of getting into PC gaming. This part's going to be all about pre-built versus custom PCs, so let's get straight into this with pre-built computers. Now, the main attracting factor about pre-built computers is the fact that it's, in the title, it's pre-built. A lot of people are scared of the fact that you have to build a computer because, you're spending all this money and you're working with delicate items like CPUs, like motherboards, like GPUs, and these chips, people are scared that they're going to touch something and something's going to break, and I completely understand that fear. That's where a pre-built computer comes in handy because you can jump through all these hurdles and you don't have to worry about building the computer yourself. Obviously, you're going to pay the price of admission, but we're going to get into that later. Now, another pro about pre-built computers is the fact that they have really good warranties. Usually, if something messes up in your computer, say the motherboard messes up and you really don't know how to troubleshoot it, well, usually the manufacturers will just take the PC back and they'll troubleshoot it for you, and then they'll take the PC back, they'll replace it. Obviously, warranties vary from manufacturer to manufacturer, so that's definitely something you want to look at. Also, one final pro that I think is glared over a lot is the fact that most pre-built computers, with the exception of a few, say CyberPower PCs and iBuyPowers, they usually come with a free operating system. Now, I know what a lot of you are going to say. You're just going to say, well, I can just use the Pirate Bay and get a free operating system. Well, I don't advocate pirating, especially when it's the operating system, since that's going to be the crux of your computer and that's going to be holding your computer together digitally. But again, some people are going to do it, so I can't really stop them. But for those of you that are not, this is a $100 piece of software, so that's a huge thing to consider, because if you do buy a custom PC, if you do try to build your own PC, chances are you're not going to get Windows 7 for free. That's very unlikely. So having this $100 piece of software is a huge benefit. But like I said, before those of you comment with your pirating methods, please don't. I already know about that, but a lot of people aren't pirates, so yeah, just deal with it. Moving on to the negatives of pre-built computers, I think the biggest negative about pre-built computers is what some of these manufacturers charge for them. Obviously, there's going to be a price of admission to get a computer pre-built for you. Some of these manufacturers mark their PCs up so much where it's like, where is it to the point of diminishing return? Because look at a company like Alienware and Dell. They just overpriced the shit out of their computers. An Alienware PC is like $1,500 in some cases for very mediocre hardware. Now, where Alienware gets people is that the cases look so cool, and people think, oh my god, this case is so awesome, this computer must be able to run every game at the highest settings, when that isn't the case, and they really skimp out on their graphics card, their CPU, and they're like, yeah, we'll just give you a good case. People are stupid and they're going to buy for it. And the sad fact of the matter is, yes, that does happen. That's why Alienware is still in business, and Dell, they're the same thing. But Alienware is still in business and they're still selling computers for their ridiculous prices. Now, usually the argument for Alienware is something like CyberPower PC and iBuyPower. Now, while I will admit that both of those have better prices than Alienware, they use a lot of misleading BS on their website. Go on iBuyPower right now, and chances are in their front page they're going to have something to the effect of, get a $500 PC with an i3 and a 7770 in it. Sounds great, doesn't it? But when you actually go to the page of the PC and actually read all the parts they get, and if you're intelligent about the computer hardware, usually iBuyPower and CyberPower PCs, when they're selling you these pre-built computers that they make, they don't give you a good power supply. They skimp out on that to save some money so they can lower that price. They also give you off-brand RAM, which you don't want either. Especially with the power supply, though, a bad power supply is one of the stupidest things you can do. That's actually number one on the biggest mistakes custom PC builders do. They want to skimp out on the power supply so they can save a couple bucks. But the fact is that if the power supply goes, there's a high percentage of chance that the entire PC is going to go, and let's be honest, no one in the world wants that. Now, another problem with pre-built computers, and this kind of tangles along with one of the positives, is that if something does go wrong, you're going to have to go to the manufacturers, so you're going to be forced to send the PC in, unless you want to learn about it, which in that case, you're learning about the PC, so why didn't you just buy a custom-built PC in the first place? But the problem with it is if something messes up, you're not going to have the knowledge to know how to troubleshoot it. If the RAM goes bad, if the motherboard is dead, you're not going to know how to troubleshoot it because you're not that, informed about PCs. So that's about enough for pre-built computers, so let's get straight into custom-built PCs. Now, the most obvious positive about a custom-built PC that you build is the price that you get it. A lot of the times you can get a lot of parts on sale for really good prices. You can get a really high-end PC for $800 that Alienware probably would have charged you like $5 grand for. That's how sad it is. And you can get really good hardware for really good prices and then run these games really fantastic. And that's why so many people are PC gamers now, because they realize they just learned how to build the computers, and then you can get these gaming PCs for very low prices. Another positive about building your own PC is the knowledge that you acquire from building it. Like I said before, if you buy a pre-built, chances are if something does go bad, you're not going to know how to troubleshoot it. If something does go bad with a custom PC, you're going to know how to troubleshoot it, you're going to know how to work with it, and you're going to be able to basically do it yourself. Maybe fix your PC back up. You're going to be able to test if the RAM is bad. You're going to know if anything is bad, and then you can replace it by yourself. Again, like I said, you can do that with a pre-built computer. You can acquire the knowledge by looking on forums, looking on the internet. But at that point, you're learning about all this stuff. Why don't you just build a custom PC in the first place so you could save some money? Now, moving on to the negatives of custom PCs that you build, I think the biggest negative is that you are building it, so if you mess up, it's on you, unless it was dead on arrival, which then it's not your fault. But if you do mess up doing anything, that's all on you. No one can help you. I mean, you can call the manufacturers of the motherboards, the RAM, but again, that's going to be a huge hassle if you're buying parts from several different manufacturers. You're going to have to call EVGA if that's your graphics card. You're going to have to call G.Skill. You're going to have to email Asus. All this kind of stuff, it can become a hassle real quick. So if you're going to build a computer, make sure you do it right. Make sure you do have all the knowledge that you need. Make sure you just don't go into it saying, oh, I'm so awesome, I can just do it by myself, I don't need any help. Don't do that, because you're going to mess up, and there's going to be a higher percentage if you mess up, and you're going to feel like complete shit if you do mess up. Now, another problem about building your own PC is that if any of the parts that you order come DOA, you're kind of screwed and you have to wait to get a replacement. If you buy a pre-built, they probably have already turned on the computer, they've tested it to see if it works, and you're going to be good to go. With a custom, you can get DOA products, and that sometimes is a hassle to work with. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I tried to stay as unbiased as I possibly could. I know a lot of people are going to side with building your own that watch my channel, but I really wanted to showcase the positives and negatives of each, and I think I did a pretty good job. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys next time, and for the next part, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.